Hi, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is our AEW's Double or Nothing predictions. Yep, predictions slash preview, really. Going to go through some of the matches, share our thoughts on the matches, what we think about the pay-per-view, we're looking forward to the pay-per-view, and what we expect to happen, and all the different things. So no particular order, that's what I always say, except for one. I will say one in an order because I know it's in the buy-in. We'll go straight to that one. It's Private Party versus the Best Friends, #1 contender for the tag team titles. I will say that even the buy-in, which is a free match, I still think this match is going to be really good. The buy-in normally on AEW's pay-per-views is really good. And really does whet your appetite for the pay-per-view. That being said, who do you think is going to get #1 contender? Best Friends or the Private Party?
Best Friends.
I think the Best Friends as well. I think they've been there. Obviously, you know, this virus has sort of made it difficult for people to be there and to compete. In Private Party, we haven't seen them for a little while. You could say they might get the #1 contendership, but I honestly think you have to go with your gut and say the Best Friends have been doing really, really well here, and they've been there every week consistently, and it look like they're sort of heading towards a #1 contender. What's the word? A #1 contender opportunity is the word. Next, we'll do Britt Baker versus Chris Stratlander. Don't know whether this match is going to go ahead because Britt Baker actually injured her knee on last night's AEW Dynamite. So whether this match goes ahead, I don't really know. If it does go ahead, who do you think would win? Who do you think is going to win? It's a very difficult one because I find that the women's division, I'm not really as keen on the women's division in the AEW than I am WWE. So I'm not really I don't really think it really matters who wins this match. I would guess that maybe it's going to be probably Britt Baker as she competes because she seems to be having a lot of momentum. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't think it really matters too much. I didn't see if this was for #1 contender or anything like that. But anyway, MJF versus Jungle Boy. Bit of bad blood there between the Jurassic Express and MJF and Wardlow. But that being said, what transpired on AEW's Dynamite with Marco Stunt and all that. Who do you think would win in a match, MJF or Jungle Boy?
MJF.
You think MJF's going to win? I'm wondering if that's going to be the case. He does say he is better than you and you know it. But I personally believe that I think Jungle Boy is going to be better than him in this match. I think Jungle Boy is going to get the advantage and get the win here. Dustin Rhodes versus Shawn Spears, Kai. What do you think? This has just been made on AEW Dynamite. Dustin Rhodes is kind of having the last run, as it were. Who do you think is going to win here between Shawn Spears and Dustin Rhodes?
Dustin Rhodes.
I think Dustin Rhodes. I could see that happening. But Shawn Spears, like I say, he's still potting around. He's still having matches as well, consistently having good matches. So I'm going to go with what Kai thinks. I think I'm going to go with Dustin Rhodes as well. But I think that's going to be a quite interesting and potentially could be a good match. What should we do next? We'll do Nyla Rose versus Shida for the AEW's Women's Championship. No DQ. I think it's falls count anywhere. Who do you think could potentially win this one?
Nyla Rose.
I think Nyla Rose is going to retain as well. I can see that happening. And I think it's going to be a quite interesting match. I'm hoping this could be a really good match. This might elevate the women's division up a little bit as well. Next, I think we'll do the Casino Ladder match, where the winner of this will get a future opportunity at the AEW World Championship. The participants are Frank Kazarian, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Scorpio Sky, Colt Cabana, Luchasaurus, Rey Fenix, and Kip Sabian. I think that's everyone. And there is a mystery opponent that's going to be announced at the pay-per-view. That being said, the mystery opponent, that's quite an interesting thing, especially when you think about all these releases that the WWE have done recently. Could it potentially be one of these releases? I've seen EC3 has been teasing an AEW debut. could potentially be EC3, but I don't think they would use someone like EC3 for this type of match. I think they'd want him to come in with more of an impact. So I don't know. It could be somebody like Drake Maverick, or I really don't know, Kai. I would put my money on it's going to be one of these releases from the WWE, but again, we'll have to see. That being said, without knowing who that participant is, who do you think is going to get the contract? Who do you think is going to be a future AEW World Title potential champion, as it were? A bit like the Money in the Bank. This it's funny how the Money in the Bank has just happened, and this is happening like a couple of weeks or a week later. So who do you think is going to get that opportunity?
Darby Allin.
I think Darby Allin as well. I knew you were going to say that. I think that Darby Allin's going to be the potential person to get that opportunity as well. Like I say, when you look at them, potentially it could be anyone else. But when you do look at the people, you know, Frank Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, Colt Cabana, Luchasaurus, Ray Phoenix, are they really AEW World Championship material? They're kind of the mid-carders. Darby Allin's kind of more of a main eventer. I think he could potentially hold that title, so I could see it being him, or it could be this mystery opponent. We'll have to see. Shall we go? We've got a couple more next. We'll go for the Stadium Stampede, the Inner Circle versus the Elite. Obviously, Matt and Nick Jackson returned this week, and so did Adam Page. So the full Elite are back there with Matt Hardy. So I can guess from what they were saying on AEW, they're going to have a ring in the centre of the stadium, and that's going to be basically the base of the match. And there's going to be a 10-man tag, is what they've said as well. So Elite or Inner Circle, Kai?
Elite.
Do you think the Elite? I potentially could see the Elite getting the upper hand on the Inner Circle here. I think the Inner Circle have been running roughshod, as they call it, for quite a while now, and it's time to shift that balance back to the Elite. So I could see the Elite winning this. That being said, do you think it's going to be some shenanigans, some real hardcore elements to this, like a bit like that street fight? I could see that happening as well. And I think this could be one of the most interesting matches on that card. And we'll have to see how they do this one, because let's say this is one I'm looking forward to, and I think the ending is going to be quite a good one. And then main event, potentially main event, if that Stadium Stampede match could be the main event, I'm not sure. I would guess that the AEW World Championship title match is going to be the main event. Jon Moxley versus Brody Lee. Obviously Brody Lee stole that championship a couple of weeks ago, and he's been holding it, self-proclaiming himself as the champion. Moxley a couple of weeks ago predicted that there would be violence. That being said, it is a normal match, just a normal wrestling match, so there isn't he can't bring those violent elements into it as part of the match. So who do you think who do you think is going to win this? I'll let you go first. I was going to say mine, but I'll let you go first actually.
Moxley.
I think Moxley will retain here. I think Brody Lee hasn't been in the company as long. You know, he's only really been there a month or two. I can't see him really taking that off Moxley. I think that they would like to get crowds back and have some sort of reign with Moxley, a bit like Drew McIntyre. I think they want crowds. They want the crowds to enjoy it a little bit more. So I can't see Jon Moxley losing this. But I think this is going to be, again, potentially a really good match. Yes, I've seen some comments about saying, oh, it's two former WWE, you know, superstars facing off against each other in AEW, you know, but that is what it is. And Moxley is completely different to what he was in WWE, and I think Brody Lee is a lot different to what he was in WWE. So they're potentially two new characters. They're very AEW'd, if that's a word. They've been made different, and I think this is going to potentially be a very good match. Hopefully there won't be no rubbish interference by the Dark Order, because I think that can muddy the water a little bit when you keep having all these people interfering. But I can potentially see that happening. But anyway, that's some of our preview predictions, thoughts on AEW Double or Nothing. You looking forward to it? Yep, I'm looking forward to it as well. I think it's going to be a really good pay-per-view. I think it's going to be potentially better than Money in the Bank or anything that WWE has put out without crowds. I think it's going to be a really good show. Not to really diss WWE, but I don't think they're doing very well at the minute. Especially, they're not really embracing the no crowds, whereas AEW is. I think they're really, really thriving without a crowd. So I do think that they're going to continue with this pay-per-view, and the pay-per-view is going to be really, really good. So anyway, if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the reactions video, which will be Sunday. Like I say, I can't wait to do that video and share our thoughts of what we thought. So I'll say goodbye. Say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.